Today I thought I was going to do something a little bit more serious, but considering the fact that I'm not usually that funny anyways, won't be that different. I'm not in my house right now because my roommates are still asleep and I don't want to wake them up by talking and being loud. But I had a really shitty day yesterday. Real quick though, I do want to say thank you for my third possible fan. Really appreciate that. Now there's possibly 3 people watching my videos, which gives me a little bit more of a reason to actually make them. Because I wanted to go see my mom today, but I'm not able to because I didn't wake up until until after 11. That's because my roommates kept me up until 7 in the freaking morning. And I didn't let any of them know, but I was horribly suicidally depressed last night. And I had to think about, like, you know, just generally why I should live. I mean, short story short, I'm just not gonna kill myself ever. I'm not gonna give up, so that's not the issue I have. It's just trying to find reasons to forget about how I feel and focus on something else. And so I felt a need to put up a Markiplier shirt, because I owned one. I put it up and hung it up so I could see it. And it wasn't until I woke up this morning, I looked at it again, that I really kind of understood why I put it there. And it's because Mark believes in me. And like that means a lot because I really look up to him, you know, like he's a hero in my eyes. He's someone who I can truly idolize. He's someone that we can all look up to and be like, we should be like that guy. And just sort of the fact that like, knowing that he exists helps give me a little bit more hope, you know? Knowing that if he is like that, then other people can be like that. Other people can be good and try to do goodwill and stuff. And that's really what I want to do by building this community, is promote that being good and doing goodwill and all that shit. I'm out where I am right now because hopefully it'll be a little bit quieter because, you know, in the city, there's really no privacy anywhere public. And so this is as private as I can get to some back road. And also I don't want to get too private because then, you know, who knows who's hanging out there. This is still relatively close to other people and potential witnesses if anyone decides to fuck with me. At least this is in LA. I'm only in Long Beach. It's like, you know, half an hour below Los Angeles, so a lot better out here. Also, this is the better side of Long Beach too. You know, I don't always agree with this world and the way the world is today. Like, I don't know. There's lots of fucked up shit. And I really care about all of it. I really want to do something, make an impact in this world, and I want to encourage other people to want to make a difference. And I know there's lots of people out there who do want to make a difference, but they just don't do anything, and you know, I'm kind of one of them. It's like, you know, we all have good intentions, but we're not actually doing anything, and by myself, there's not really too much I can do. And I really appreciate the fact that Mark has made such an effort to create such a big community, but he's not doing anything with it, so it's really up to us to do something. So I'm sorry if my videos aren't most entertaining. I'm still working on becoming a more entertaining person in general, and hopefully people will start enjoying me as I get better and then have a reason to watch me, because that way we can all have a sort of a direction. You know, that way I can have the potential to lead people to doing specific things with, you know, the sheer number of people that we have, depending on how many people actually get following me. And since we're on a bit more of a serious topic today, I'd like to mention the fact that 2,000 people died and an entire city got burned down, and it hasn't made mainstream news, which I find really surprising. I actually found out because of Tumblr, so thanks Tumblr. But apparently there's like wars and shit going on in Africa, and I haven't heard anything about this. I'm surprised that, you know, Fox News decided that 2,000 people dying wasn't important enough for them to report on, but a couple of white dudes dying in France due to some terrorist attacks was good enough because white dudes died and terrorists. I mean, what more do you need? Perfect story right there. Doesn't matter that, you know, 2,000 Africans lost their lives to I don't even know what. You know, I only read through part of the article, but I feel like that's something people should be talking about more. It's like, why is that all happening? Why? I mean, I don't hear anyone talking about the situation in China or in Russia or in India. You know, in India, women are horribly oppressed. It's a really backwards fucking society. In China, they have like no freedom. It's starting to get to the point of like real life 1984 shit. You know, any documentary I've seen about China lately has always been something about the fact that it's so hard to document it and like write freely what you want. Not as bad as North Korea, but like North Korea and China are allies, so it kind of gives you an idea of what's going on there. And I noticed last night on Facebook, all you see is like funny stuff to like try to make you happy, or people complaining about the fact that they're not happy. That's the only 2 things I see on Facebook. And both of those things have to do with, of course, happiness. And why is that all we care about? Why is happiness the most important thing to us as a species, as a society? Like, the driving force of every society is just that society's happiness. And it's interesting because happiness is relative. What makes us happy is relative to what we believe makes us happy. You know, some cultures, they're taught that, you know, true happiness is, you know, finding a wife and having many children. And so they aren't happy until they get that. Someone was watching me, and, you know, from my experience, if someone watches you, you leave. Because I almost got jumped one time, so you live, you learn. So what I propose is that rather than worrying so much about us being happy, let's worry more about the well-being of all the individuals in any given society. No, I believe that we need a revolution. We need a change. We need to change how we are and who we are. And we need to do it not with violence, but just simply through changing ourselves and changing ourselves to love more. Because as a species, love is the most advanced thing we can do. You know, we think that us being smart is like the big thing that separates humans from animals, but it's also our social abilities, our abilities to care for each other, abilities to make friends and make so many different friends and make friends across the world. And you know, that's something that other animals don't do, is our ability to cooperate. That's really something that isn't seen in any other species on the planet. I mean, you can look at like ants and stuff, but you know they're much more simple-minded and they all obey like, you know, the colony, the hive mind, whatever. But a human being is a fucking individual. Like each individual human being is their own person. You know, we make such a big deal about free will and shit, but yet we still find a way to create, you know, giant societies of millions and billions of people working together. And yet we still have the idea that like we're all separate or something. You know, we still go to war just because people live in different parts of the planet. And I just find that absolutely ridiculous. And I don't know about you guys, but I want to change that somehow. And I think the best way to change that is to start talking about it and just get people to start looking at the world a different way by just talking about it. I don't know if I really want to say anything else, so I'll probably just end this there. I don't know. I hope the sound quality wasn't too awful. I hope my camera isn't so shaky that it's bothering all of you. I'll have more moderately amusing videos out tomorrow, but I'm going to try to do a better job at combining entertainment with trying to, you know, talk about important things, because I never believed that being serious and being boring had to go together. So I want to try to be serious but still be entertaining, and you know, I'll find ways to do it. But it's a matter of me finding out. So I really appreciate all the support you guys are giving me. You know, those 2, maybe 3 guys, because I mean that's all I have right now. So thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow.